Hi, Dr. Paul Haider here. Happy New Year. Happy 2017, the beginnings of something great. Um, have you made any resolutions for the new year? Mine is to have even more great devotion to God, the universe, and Great Spirit. And it's important that we delve into ourselves and find that peace. A lot of people think you're going to find that peace out there somewhere, but I've never ever seen that happen, ever. And so it's really important that we start to go inward and find that peace. I think it's the only place that we can find peace. In fact, a good friend sent me a painting in the mail, and it came, and it's a picture of a monk, and he's sitting down and meditating, and you can see here his third eye is opened up, and it takes him up to a higher realm. And I think that's exactly what we have when we meditate. We go into that collective consciousness, the higher realm of who we are from a greater expanse. You know, I was talking about the other day about the fact that I was meditating, and all of a sudden I saw myself sitting in my chair meditating in what I was wearing and everything. And it's pretty powerful. I've had a lot of experiences with the meditation. And I was talking to another friend, and he said that I'm going to take a course. This was through Unity, and one of the bigger aspects of this course is the spiritual processes of Saint Ignatius, and one of them is meditation. And I think it's really important because every single spiritual, group or writers of spiritual literature recommend doing some kind of meditation, whether they be, Christian monks or Buddhist monks, or they were Hindus or whatever they are. They all meditate, and we've seen time and time again that meditation can make a change in the outer world, not just in our inner world, but the outer world, where they take, 40, 50 people together and meditate on peace, and the crime rate comes down 25%. That's a big deal. That's been done hundreds of times in many cities across the U.S. and in the world also. So it's really important that we start delving in and finding that inner peace. Now, a lot of people say, I don't have the time. Well, do we have the time to have anxiety? Do we have the time to feel upset? Do we have the time to feel, like we are anxious all the time? Uh, we don't want those, yet we make time for those. We seem to make time for those. Um, but when we talk about just sitting down and concentrating on our breathing or doing a mantra, then all of a sudden we don't have time. So I really think it's important that we allow ourselves to find that which is really important, which is going inward. You know, many great saints have found that they have found their true connection to Great Spirit just by meditating, and had powerful experiences that happened, during their meditation process, and even met their God. And so I would ask you this year to delve into meditation, and to put in at least 30 minutes in the morning and at least 30 minutes in the evening, about 4 or 5 o'clock, or around 6, whenever you get home from work. And also to have a greater devotion to that which is the universe and the one and only. And because, everything else is going to pass away. This wall back here is going to crumble down in 1,000 years. I'll be long gone by then. All these pictures and everything, they'll be gone. Uh, My relatives will be gone. Everybody in my life will be gone. Nothing will stay the same except for that Great Spirit. And the Great Spirit stays in our heart. And that our heart, we've had a lot of thousands upon thousands of near-death experiences showing that as a consciousness, we go on. There's one great saint, he says that, we should keep the name of God, the universe, and the one and only, Great Spirit in our mind, especially during that time of our passing into the higher vibration, whenever we're about to move on across the veil. Now, how many of us would do that at that time? That's a very interesting question. But I think it really shows how much devotion we have towards the one and only. And if we allow ourselves to connect in that deeper level where, Great Spirit comes to mind all day long, and we're allowing ourselves to find that deep peace, not from anything else that's going around in the world, not at all, just because we are connected to that name and saying that name over and over and over again to ourselves, whether it be, Divine Mother, whether it be Christ, or whether it be Ramana, whatever it be, Buddha, or just Great Spirit, whatever that name would be. And it's all the same energy. It's all the same. And I think in the next 5 years, we're going to see all of these factions of what we call religion come together. There won't be any fighting anymore. And everybody understand that it's all one. It's all one thing, and we are all one thing. And what we do to one, we do to ourselves. And so everything is going to change. I see 2017, especially for business, is going to be a great year. And things are going to be progressing in other areas as it's been going. So the only thing we can do is go inside. If we were all to meditate on peace in 2017, putting in 30 minutes every day, just meditating on peace, and we had millions of people doing that, we could change the course of our destiny. And there's been a lot of people trying to get people to meditate, but people are resistant for some reason. People are resistant to the fact that they think they're wasting their time. They think they're, I could be doing something else more important. What's more important than creating world peace? You think that this material world is the real reality, but it's really not. The reality is our inner world. When I was sitting there watching myself meditate, that's the real reality, It was this consciousness just standing back and looking and going, look at that. That's interesting. And so that's the real reality. And when we get to this higher level of vibration and we go into that oneness of the light, there is nothing but total bliss there. And, we can move around and we understand that there are slight separations of consciousness between us, but we're all one consciousness. And we may have a friend there and we think about, oh, John, and we connect, or Marcia, we connect, or, Nicole, we connect. And we also, at certain times, find ourselves really having empathy for those left in the lower vibrations. So we will bring ourselves to a certain point of coalescing ourselves into a new bodily form and being born at that point so that we can help those still left on the earthly plane to find that which is total peace. And a lot of them have come, if you've probably noticed. And they have said the same things over and over and over again. That this world out here is nothing but a dream. And we have to find great peace inside with God. So I ask you now to make it a point to meditate this year. Make it a point to find peace within. Make it a point to make a difference in the world, to find peace in the world, because this dream can change, and you have the power to change it. You know, in some of the What the Bleep movies, they showed intention. And if we just put an intention into our mind, all of a sudden whatever we have an intention about shows up in our life. So if we put the intention of peace into our mind, peace starts to manifest. And if millions of us start to put peace into our minds, peace starts to manifest. I love you. Happy New Year.